chosen for when we start recording to start eating a candy cane.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting festive.
I was gonna suck on it the whole time, but
What?
I got peckish. It's
Good
so
choice.
hard.
Good choice.
It's festive. Start off our first. Is this our first December episode?
Yeah.
Mm.
We're back. It's December. It's late. We have released this one late. Sorry about that, guys. We're both finishing up. You're finishing up study. You did your last.
I've finished my uni for the year.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And I'm just about to finish work and go on holiday break. So we've got some ideas for some recordings and things coming up for all you G fans out there. Is that what you guys as our listeners?
Called G fans.
Well, that's what the official Godzilla fandom
This
is
is
called.
not called G fans.
So our Podzilla fans, P fans.
What up, P fans?
P fans, we're back. It's December. Get ready for some Mothra.
I'm just getting the last bit out of my teeth here. I think it's all gone. We're good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Candy cane is done. It is finished.
It's a good candy cane.
We're back, guys. Again, sorry for the lateness, but it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's a good excuse. It's a valid reason.
Yeah.
Be a few days
Be a
later.
bit later for Christmas, Things are happening. Things are crazy. And we've finally gotten back to one of the, cornerstone films in what'll be our tenure, I reckon.
Our tenure. I don't think that's what it means.
Podzilla's tenure will be...
Isn't that what, university professors?
That makes sense, doesn't it? It'll be like when we're finished. When the podcast's all wrapped up, years and years down the track when we're finished, it'll be like, looking back at our tenure, this was a milestone, Mothra.
We had a bit of a hiatus beforehand, but it really brought back the people afterwards.
We had those Space Odyssey days. No one really cared about battling out of what now? But Mothra.
I can still remember the space eggs. Like it was yesterday.
But yeah, this is a big one, guys. 1961's Mothra, Ishiro Honda on a roll.
Yeah. I'd say Mothra is probably the second most well-known Godzilla character other than Godzilla.
Or even just kaiju, right? Everyone knows.
I'd say Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah.
And then probably Mothra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toho themselves they've got a group of monsters they call their Big Four. One of which is Godzilla, the other being Rodan, and then Mothra and King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
So this is
That's
one
great.
of the big four, guys.
The big
Forget about the other ones. It's interesting because Varan came out before this. Shows up again once. Varan was just left to the dust in favor of Rodan and Mothra, who they kept bringing back.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I can understand Mothra, as we'll go on to talk about. I understand less Rodan.
How Rodan's so popular.
I'm really curious what they do with Rodan in the future.
Yeah, because to be honest, he's just a big old
pterodactyl.
But then Godzilla is just pretty much a T-Rex with atomic breath, right?
Wait, so we got the pterodactyl, we got a T-Rex.
And we got a moth. Mothra's a literal moth.
And then a three-headed dragon, which...
Yeah.
Most epic out of the bunch, but
totally.
We're talking about Mothra.
This was interesting one to try and watch for us here in New Zealand, I have to admit. Every single copy we rented or found or that was on archive, it was the English dub, first of all, which has 10 minutes less footage than the original release.
And we don't want to skimp on any of the good bits.
Or the Japanese version, which we wanted, but with absolutely no subtitles. So we finally tracked one down
on a questionable site.
Well, yeah, it's we found it.
We framed the screen well.
We framed the screen well
for the watch party
to get rid of any ads or unsolicited
for any obscene
invites.
For any obscene dancing.
Any obscene dancing, but we're here. We did it for you guys.
Yeah,
we did it for you.
You're worth it.
Mothra.
Mothra.
First appearance of Mothra, as we've said, this giant moth. And the first Toho kaiju movie of the 60s. We're out of the 50s.
Ooh.
We're still in the Showa era.
Yeah.
And we'll be
when
here
does
for
that
a little
end
while.
again?
I think it's even 70s or
Okay,
way
so
later
we got
on.
a little bit to go.
Yeah, so we've got a while to sit here in the Showa. But, Michael, what happened to Mothra?
What happened to Mothra? Let me see if I can do this off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's quite It is a super refreshing and different story. And
Yeah.
it was also pretty simple. I liked it.
Coming off some of the back of off the back of some of the ones we've seen so far, Godzilla, Rodan, Varan, they're all pretty almost cut and dry. That's a phrase, cut and dry.
Cut and dry. Very repetitive.
Very repetitive. This one breaks the mold a bit. It throws in quite a lot of elements. It starts off with a boat off the coast of Japan, and we see it just for no reason really, other than a tsunami get crashed and people.
No reason other than the tsunami.
It's secondary. The ship crashes and some of the survivors end up being castaways on a nearby island called Infant Island.
And this was interesting to me because
they called it Infant Island.
They call it Infant Island for no apparent reason. But as we find out later on, it does have a reason that they didn't know about when they called it Infant Island. I don't know.
They end up, a short time skip later, signaling a plane to come down and rescue them. And they thought this island was deserted. They thought nothing was there. When they get back to the press, they tell everybody that, these natives there actually helped us survive and gave us some red juice to keep us going through the times.
Yeah, because we also found out that this island had radioactive testing or atomic testing done on it.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have survived. They should have died and not survived when they were castaways there, but they did, miraculously.
But they did thanks to some natives there.
Yeah, and we also, at this scene, when we see them getting back and they're being tested on to see how they survived, we've got our old friend.
Our old friend. Yeah, good old...
I really should remember his name by now, because I just remember he's Serizawa. Akihiko Hirata.
That's the one.
He's back, just for like a cameo role in this. Literally like a couple of minutes.
Not even that.
Nah.
He's labelled as Doctor in the credits.
He's just the Doctor.
Just Doctor.
But it's pretty cool to see him. Like, you were saying while we were watching that he's probably good friends with Ishiro Honda now, being in so many of these movies.
So many of them.
And we see it again with... I need to learn these guys. I should know them by now. Takashi Shimura.
Yep, nice.
Yeah, the actor of Yamane in the original Godzilla. He's back as well. So it's really cool that we get this revolving cast that keep coming back up.
Yeah, they've got like a good rotation of them.
Yeah.
It's real nice. So the press interviewing them, we have Takashi Shimura. He's not in it as much as the other characters, but he comes in as the news editor, the J. Jonah Jameson of the press.
Yeah.
During the times.
Yep. It's very much like, I need these now. I don't care what you're doing. Go and get me pictures of not Spider-Man, but the radioactive men. And later on it's Mothra. And later on it's... Yeah.
And his head reporter, Frankie Sakai, playing Senchan Fukuda.
Fukuda, yeah. And
he comes off as a cool character. He's almost like a comic relief person.
Yeah, he very much is, especially at the start.
But he's not a side character.
No, because interesting enough, it like centers around him, the movie. He's the main guy.
I'd say he's the main character.
Which is really cool.
It's really nice. Him and his partner reporter, Michi Hanamura, played by Kyoko Kagawa, they're kind of tasked to report on this situation happening. Once they find out about the natives on the island, they want to send another research team there to figure out what's happening. Why did they survive when there's so much radiation there? They get these two reporters to investigate. Dr. Shinichi Chujo, played by Hiroshi Koizumi, and this is our main cast of three characters.
Yeah.
The lead reporters and Dr. Chujo here.
And Chujo is played by
Hiroshi Koizumi.
Yeah.
Who we do know he played the main character in
Godzilla Raids Again.
Once
again, it's just real cool that you always see these familiar faces.
They end up sending a boat with an expedition to this island with Chujo heading up the team, and Fukuda ends up sneaking his way onto the boat, where we find our main villain, who it sets up pretty early on in this movie, Jerry Ito, playing Clark Nelson.
Clark Nelson.
Nelson, as we hear him so often.
He seriously comes off as like a Bond villain or something. Like he's always just cackling and he's always like... He's just always backstabbing and just doing what
Pulling
you'd
out
expect
guns
an
on
evil
people.
to do, yeah.
After we finished the movie, we changed to the English dub real quick.
Yeah.
And everybody else sounds typical Japanese, but he sounds so much like almost like a classic American protagonist.
Yeah, yes.
What are you talking about? You don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super funny. And we haven't had a human antagonist like that yet. So again, just something
No, have we had a human antagonist?
We had like half human. We had like
it doesn't
a
count.
few people in there. Nelson. We're told that he is from a country called Roliska.
Oh, Roliska, yeah.
Roliska is very heavily mentioned in this. You've got kind of Nelson working on behalf of some people in the Riliscan government, and later parts of the movie the scenes take place in Riliska.
Yep.
And I did think this was a proper place, and I think you looked it up, and
It is.
It's not. So it's a completely fictional stand-in, and it's been created to mix the United States with the Soviet Union.
No, but I'm looking it up now. There is a place called Riliska.
Is it spelled the same way?
How's it spelled on yours?
RolisicA?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because apparently...
Oh, no. Shoot. The first thing that comes up is actually...
Is it from
it's a fictional country on the Wikizilla.
Godzilla wiki. Yeah, there you go.
It's got a flag as the first picture and everything.
Yeah, so the flag,
Whoa.
it's made to be a mix of United States and Soviet Union. Its name's actually a hybrid of the way you pronounce both Russia and America in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And they've created like a Riliscan flag and everything, and it's a mix of the stars and stripes and Russia's hammer and sickle.
I can see that.
And it's real interesting because they initially, and the writer of this, the screenwriter, Shinichi Sekazawa, wanted Riliska to be America. Wanted the last scenes of the movie that take place in Riliska to be in New York City. But when he was pushing this idea for the big finale to be in New York, to have these American characters, people working on behalf of the United States, no one else was for it, and the ideas were all shut down. And they didn't want to offend anyone.
Yeah.
So they just completely made this fictional country that only appears in this movie, no other Toho property.
It's a smart idea, to be fair.
Yeah.
You can do whatever scenes you want in a fictional land.
Yeah. But you can definitely tell, like, later on it's America, or you get all these...
Oh, yeah.
We'll touch it later, but all these English characters, it's pretty funny.
So the rest of these people end up going to Infant Island, going around a bit, seeing what they can find, other than radiation levels.
Yeah.
Chujo ends up coming across these giant fungus plants, like this real crazy landscape due to the radiation there.
This is our first kaiju of the movie.
He comes across a blood-sucking plant.
Called the vampire plant. It's just kind of like these purpley looking vines.
This is not a kaiju.
It's classed as a kaiju. It's the vampire plant.
We're not getting
the vampire plant's vines have a purple color. They look like normal vines outside of that. And they're normal plants that were mutated and grew massive and vampiric because of the atomic testing on Infinite.
Right.
But you're completely right. I mean, they're literally purple vines that pull them up for a couple seconds.
Couple poison vines.
Vampire plant. My favorite kaiju, personally, in Mothra.
He's up there.
Maybe in all the Toho movies.
He ends up getting captured by this plant, and these two figures come and save him. 3 feet tall figures, did he say? Even less.
Yeah.
A foot tall figures. The size of Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
I say. These two twin girls, played by Emi Ito and Yumi Ito, their sisters, playing the twin fairies.
And they're actually identical twins in real life, and they're actually singers. They're a singing duo, very popular in Japan, called the Peanuts.
Oh, no, wait, are they actually... Wait. We'll come back to this later on. Never mind. Won't spoil it now.
Put a pin in Peanut. But yeah, they're the Peanuts. They're known for their singing, and that's why they were cast in this role. First of all, they were identical twins with the script called for, and they were singers, which they do a lot of in this movie.
A lot of. It's great. They end up singing to Chujo?
Well, they talk to him, right?
They don't have a language of their own.
No, and these two... what are they even called?
Twin fairies. As we find out later on, they're actually telepathic beings.
Yeah.
Conversing through ideas and thoughts and feelings. But during these scenes, they do sing/verbalize quite a lot.
It literally sounds like they're talking in chiptune, is what I kept thinking. It's like, I expect them to break out the Mario theme any second. It's just like... Like, it's just, they speak in chiptune. It's so random.
Weird.
And they're called I just found it, Shobajin, or the Small Beauties, which is what that translates to.
Right, okay. The rest of the team comes along, and Nelson, the big bad, ends up finding these people, and he tries to capture them and take them back to Riliska.
Yeah.
Riliska.
Everybody
else stops him. They're like, no, this ain't right. Native tribal members end up... Native Polynesians? I think they are in this movie.
Yeah, they're Polynesians.
Come out from the bushes and try to attack them, and are about to, but they stop when they let these two twin beauties go, and they end up leaving the island knowing that there are natives there and these two small women.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like everything at that point just goes back to normal. They didn't find out how the castaways survived the radiation. They just found out that there's a tribe here on the island. There's these little people. There's plants that potentially they could have been drinking red juice from.
Yeah. End of the movie.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. It's done.
It gets wrapped up, you know?
No. Nelson ends up going back there.
Yeah.
On his own and capturing these two twin beauties again. Taking them for himself and basically turning them into his own circus.
Yeah.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, so he creates like a big show, a Broadway show, or I can't even remember what it's called. It's called like the little fairies or something like that.
The little twin fairies.
Witness the wonder and beauty of the twin fairies.
Basically having these two singers star in their own mini show.
Yeah. And
everybody around the country comes, this is in Japan, everybody around the country comes to watch these two new beings perform around the place.
And they start off the show by flying down onto the stage in a small little carriage, which they're telepathically, or telekinesis? They're somehow they're making themselves fly in this small carriage
onto the stage.
And they burst out into a very catchy song.
Dude, they repeat, it's the Mothra song.
It's Mothra's theme song.
And they repeat it so many times throughout the movie. And usually that would be kind of annoying, but it's actually really, really good.
See, it's good, right?
Now, can I get you to sing that?
Masura, Masura. I might need to change my ringtone. Not that I ever use ringtones because I just have my phone on silent, but
that'll be my alarm in the morning.
Yeah. Be careful though, because they might be summoning something with that song, Micah.
We find out as the triad of heroes ends up going backstage to. I keep wanting to call him Norman. His name's not Norman.
Nelson.
They don't agree with what Nelson's doing. They think he's keeping them captive. He is using them for his own benefit.
Yeah, well, he's pretty much stolen these two little people. And they are people. They're just smaller than usual.
Yeah.
And he's literally kidnapped them against their will and is keeping them in a cage and forcing them to perform. Which no one else, like government officials in the movie initially, don't seem to have any problem with it.
Oh yeah, nobody bats an eye.
It's only these three that are like, oh, there's something, they shouldn't be able to do this. But apparently slavery's just fine in the 60s in Japan. Like, what's going on, guys?
They end up going backstage to talk to these twin fairies. And find out that they are enslaved. They don't like it. They want to go back to their homeland. That's where they find out they do speak telepathically. And they're singing their song.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's purposefully. It'd be inadvertently calling Mothra to them.
Yeah.
To come and save them.
And we cut back to a temple on Infant Island. And it's revealed there's a huge egg.
Oh.
That starts to crack, and then we see this larvae-looking creature crawl out of it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool looking. I mean, this is Mothra's first form.
The larvae form.
The larvae form, which is just a huge brown kind of segmented-looking caterpillar.
Caterpillar, not maggot. It'd be more like a caterpillar.
Yeah, and it's got these real cool, like, blue glowing eyes, which you mentioned is one of your favorite things. And it starts swimming to civilization. It leaves the temple and goes out for these little beauties, and we see it looks cool. Like the pigmentation on its back's all like white mixed with different shades of brown, and you can see as it's traveling through the water, it's got barnacles on its chin. It's pretty.
I'd say it's because it's probably the easiest costume, I'd imagine, not knowing anything about it.
Yeah.
To wear and kind of maneuver around in.
How many people do you reckon's in this costume?
I was going to say one, but obviously that's not the answer.
So it's funny you say that, because you do think so, right? Like, it's quite a huge looking costume.
They make it look really big.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think it was bigger than one person.
So it's actually the largest costume that Toho would create in the Showa era, and it's about 7 feet tall
7. Oh gosh,
and
okay.
about 31 feet long,
Oh my goodness.
which is huge, right? It weighed about 120 kilograms, and it had
Okay,
8 actors.
that's not too much.
It's not. It doesn't.
It's not
It's
weighty.
not heavy. It's huge, but 8 actors inside of this thing,
Whoa.
including Haruo Nakajima and Katsumi Tezuka, who have played
Classics.
kaiju in the past. But then, 6 other actors who all wore and operated different parts and different segments of.
That's
Mothra.
really cool.
You wouldn't like that's crazy.
No.
Eight actors to be this giant caterpillar thing, and I think it is just. It made a difference because it looks huge. Like when you see it destroying things later on down the track, you can really tell its scope. It just looks bigger than like Godzilla, Varan, any of the monsters we've seen so far have looked. And I think it is in part due to it being 31 feet long and then 7 feet tall. Like that's usually it's just a Godzilla suit.
A classic human-sized costume.
Just a human-sized costume, but this thing's actually huge.
No, yeah, why you wouldn't really be able to notice it too much.
Yeah.
Specifically looking for anything. You can definitely tell something's different. I'd say it's probably the most realistic-looking kaiju we've had so far.
Yeah. Definitely like a lot of effort and put into even just the creature design of how it looks, which is, it's just like a little larvae. It's just a little caterpillar thing and they went all out. I was just reading as well, actually, that this was the most amount of actors ever in a kaiju suit up until the 90s, where 10 actors play the Orochi in Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, the remake of the Three Treasures coming up. So this is very big and very different to what they've done before and very, I guess, just impressive.
It's very
for
impressive.
years to come.
They keep upping the scope with these movies.
Yeah. So yeah, Mothra's heading to civilization, dude. Mothra's wanting to get these little beauties back.
And the trio know about this now after speaking to the twin beauties, that something's going to happen. Hanamura, the female reporter, ends up sneakily taking a photo of them and putting it in the newspaper, so most people know about what's happening now.
Yeah.
They don't say that Mothra's on her way. Mothra is a female in this.
Yeah.
And throughout the rest of the movies.
Our first female kaiju, other than one of the Rodans, maybe in Rodan.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. She's always kind of known from now on as Godzilla's the king of the monsters. She's the queen of the monsters.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. While Mothra is coming, various things start happening. The larvae form of Mothra ends up destroying a dam, and the trio, specifically Fukuda, ends up having to save a few of the people on the bridge.
Save a baby that's left on the dam seconds before it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
It's funny as well because he's a comedic relief character and he calls himself the snapping turtle.
That's right. They say it originally because once he gets a scoop, he's not going to let it go.
Yeah, but he keeps calling himself that like it's like a vigilante name or something.
A wrestling
like
title.
Going to save this baby seconds before it will die. Later on, he beats up like...
Well, almost immediately after this, they go and try and infiltrate Nelson's place to try steal the twin beauties back.
Yeah. And he says to the other guy, leave all these people to me, leave these thugs to me. You go and get the twin beauties.
And it's made to be like almost setting up a comedic scene.
Yeah, and then he literally just
beats
them all up, like 6 or 7 guys. He's just this reporter, the snapping turtle.
The snapping turtle, you got it. Slightly before this, they had talked to some doctors, and it ended up making a material that stops some of the telepathic audio waves from getting outside of spaces. So they create a covering for the twin fairies, putting it over them so Mothra doesn't know where they are and can't hear them.
Yeah. And I think we just get a few destruction scenes with the Mothra larvae before the army actually seems to kill it. People think it's dead, and then it slowly starts spinning a little web or making a little cocoon.
Yeah, there's this little fight scene with the Japanese equivalent of an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Which is a cool little landmark for a scene like this. Yeah. A cool set piece. Larval Mothra ends up spinning a web around it and creating a cocoon for herself.
Yeah.
In the shape of a peanut.
It's literally a big old white peanut that solidifies.
Polystyrene big peanut.
I liked it. I don't see...
You like the peanut?
I mean, it was unique. I don't see how it makes sense.
Well, caterpillars. before they turn into butterflies.
Yeah. I know all that stuff, right? But I know the circle of Bug's life. You know?
What is the circle of Bug's life
Well,
like?
you get an egg, turns into a little larval. I've never been able to say that word. Is larvae? A larva?
I think it's sure.
It turns into a little maggoty thing, and then it spins a little cocoon for itself, turns into a beautiful butterfly, right?
Mm,
Most cocoons don't look like peanuts, and I would expect it to look like a
True.
peanut if Mothra herself had two big parts that looked kind of peanut-like. But
you
she's
raised
just-
a good point.
She's just a normal-looking moth.
Well, as well, this transformation to Mothra,
Yeah,
moth version,
yeah.
takes place
The final form.
in a few hours, I believe.
Yeah, they see it happening. and
No,
just like,
because
oh,
they
believe it.
bring in the. Oh no, it's after. It would be in a few hours.
Mm.
So hypermetabolism from her.
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that. This change happens very quickly.
Nelson ends up getting back the beauties once more and running away to Relisica.
Yeah, changing his name, changing his appearance by putting on a pair of glasses.
You know it. Fake passport.
Yeah.
It always works.
And they go and hide out on a farm. They're like, we'll just wait for Mothra to die. They think that it dies when they're told that the larvae form looks to be dead, and before it starts making a cocoon, and he seems happy with himself.
Yeah. But then Mothra moth version emerges. And the first time we're seeing this design, I love it.
I said before she's just a moth, but not really. I mean, she's
She's more a butterfly, honestly.
Yeah, very, very colourful, brightly coloured wings, a lot of orange, yellow, kind of like a fluffy whiteness to her. It's
Yeah, fluffy face. It's great.
big old blue eyes.
These giant, like almost gem-like eyes.
Yeah. Really cool. And I read after this, I mean, look at me, I'm the master of bug life cycles, right?
Yeah, sure.
That they definitely wanted to give it the normal life cycle a moth would go through, but they also wanted her changes specifically to kind of echo that of a phoenix.
A phoenix.
So the larvae almost getting ready to die or taking so much damage that it's ready to give up and actually completely perish before it actually makes a cocoon, hatches again, and
Metaphorically
then
rises from the
resurrects.
ashes.
Yeah. So it's meant to signify her divinity or how she is this. I guess she's worshipped as a goddess, a deity.
Yeah, she is.
She's a phoenix, you know? Got the orangeness to her.
Yeah, I
as
was going
well.
to say the orange color palette as well. It's really cool. Once she comes out as the moth version, we see immediately that she has this. While Rodan in the past had like supersonic speed.
He's able to fly over people and instantly pretty much kill them.
Yep. Mothra just has like super powerful wings.
The wing beat, yeah, it's just
Like almost hurricane, tornado level of wind making.
yeah.
But like really devastating, more so than the lava version. So the lava version's powers were swimming in water,
Yeah.
wriggling through stuff,
Being able to climb up things.
climb up things, but also had the web mouth.
Yeah, so being able to spit out silk. And
Silk, yeah.
it only used it once against a helicopter to kind of wrap around its blades and make it fall from the sky.
I think it uses it more in the future movies. though.
Yeah, I think that becomes I guess I think even from memory, I think even Mothra might be able to do it because Mothra's only
maybe.
real abilities in this were in her final form, flight.
Mothra's final form.
Yeah, in her final form was that she could fly and that she can kind of her wings just heavily,
Real powerful.
yeah, powerful wind. And this is getting in close to the end of the movie. To be honest, she's in the larvae form for the majority of the time we see her.
Yeah.
And she's only in her final form, lack of a better word for it, for the last 10 minutes or so.
Last 10 minutes. Yeah, at this point, the Relisican government knows that Nelson is in Relisica
Yeah.
and kind of outs him on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So the trio end up going to Relisica themselves and trying to track him down and get the Twin Beauties back.
Mm-hmm.
From here on, the scenes take place in Relisica,
Yeah.
kind of this US counterpart.
And everyone's speaking English. Even like Nelson starts speaking English. Majority of people there are all...
Yeah, it's really interesting because I was wondering after the success that the Godzilla movies have had in US at this point, what the impact would be on the Japanese version of these movies. We see a few characters, even throughout the course of this first
Yeah.
half of the movie, speaking in English to the point where it's becoming almost a normalized thing.
I mean, we saw it in Battle in Outer Space before this as well, that they did specifically have a few English characters in the story.
Yeah.
I mean, even back at the very start of this, when they went to visit Infinite Island, there was a scientist who was English and kept piping up with these random remarks that were very corny, but he spoke English.
Nobody else probably understood him, but we did. And that's what
He's kind
matters.
of probably making up his own lines, really. He was just given the get-go from a Shiro. Say something in English. Who knows? It's very bad.
Improv, you'll be sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, Realisticas, I guess it's meant to be America, so there you go.
They end up the police there immediately kill Nelson.
Yeah, he runs out of the car with a gun, starts shooting people, and gets shot himself.
Yep. So the trio come and get the twin beauties, and they know that Mothra is on their way there, probably going to kill them all if they don't somehow stop her. They have no idea how. Cut back to a scene that Chujo had on Infant Island, where he found some tracings, Polynesian tracings of kind of a statue to Mothra.
Well, he's a linguist, right?
He's a linguist, yeah.
It's because the whole way through he's talking about like his knowledge of languages from whether it be Hawaii or Tonga or different kind of places out there, and his theories or his knowledge about it's probably true that a lot of these Polynesian places all have the language all came from the same place before it changed.
Probably true.
Yeah, and
I'm not going to fact check it.
Yeah, who knows? But he has this huge book about like Polynesian languages that it's like this leather-bound tome that he has all these bookmarks in that he brings out, and he can kind of decipher Infinite Island's languages.
And with this knowledge, he has some tracing from the statue at the beginning. He finds out the symbol for Mothra, which almost looks like a cross with a circle behind it, some lines around it.
Yeah.
At this point in Realistica, they're standing outside of a church with the priests going, who knows what's going to happen now? Got to pray to God.
God's the only one that can save us. And they look up, everyone looks up at the big cross on the top of the chapel.
And for some reason, it's almost in the shape of the Mothra symbol.
Yeah, the sun. It's a cool shot. Like the sun was
perfectly surrounding this cross, with the church bells going on in the backwards. In the background.
Yeah, and everyone kind of talking about praying and needing to pray or sing to God to try and get him to save them.
Yeah, and Chujo has the bright idea. After seeing the symbol, he's thinking, maybe if we paint the symbol on the ground, giant wise, so that Mothra can see it. I don't know what the point of that is, but and using the church bells to evoke the sound that the twin beauties had when they were trying to call Mothra. So they end up kind of painting this big symbol on
like a helipad or like a...
It's like the airport lane where the planes land, and getting all the churches around the place at 3 o'clock precisely to start. I don't know how they did it, but they all rang in the tune of the Mothra song.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. It was good.
Jason, what happens here?
Well, Mothra seems to stop her destructive rampage and just nicely settles down on top of the symbol of her that was made.
Yeah.
And then they let the little beauties go and they run off towards Mothra, get on top of her, and fly back to Infinite Island.
Yeah.
And it's
a beautiful moment between the trio as well.
Yeah, I actually really like this ending because once you see Mothra leave, it switches back to our main three and they've forgotten to take photos of Mothra or the little beauties returning, and they've completely forgotten what they were there in the first place for. And it's really interesting, and it echoes the start when all three of them are pretty much just there. They're trying to do anything to get a good...
They're only together for the sole purpose of kind of getting this report.
Getting photos, getting a report, I guess, finding out what Mothra is. And they've completely forgotten their drives by the end of the movie, and they're literally just there for the greater good.
And they're just laughing about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't worry them.
Exactly. And it's awesome. It's really, really cool. It's just, you see definite character growth.
Yeah.
Which isn't something we see much.
You see character growth, and there's also just a lot of supporting characters in this movie, which I really liked. You have Chujo's little brother, who pops up in the scene and helps steal the twin beauties at one point, very briefly.
You've even got scenes with random throwaway characters you only see just before they get destroyed or before something happens to them, but they're really memorable.
They're memorable. They've been written well.
Yeah.
It's very well done compared to some of the other movies we've seen.
Yeah. I'd go so far to say, hot take, maybe
take.
not a hot take, that this is probably, story-wise and character-wise, the most well-constructed movie so far.
So far, I'd agree.
Yeah. Like, might not be the best, but it is, well, we'll see if we do think it's the best, but it was very good, and it's just very strong script, very strong cast, and very strong direction by Ishiro.
Yeah.
Maybe even the writing. I mean, this is the first story written by Shinichi Sekazawa. His first time writing a script.
Does he come back, do you know?
I don't know. I'll have to look into it, because that'll be really cool to
does.
see.
Because I think what they've done with this quote-unquote Godzilla movie, I don't know if it was meant to be in the Godzilla universe at this point.
Nah, it was meant to be standalone.
But what they've done is they basically nailed what I think is the classic Godzilla formula.
Yeah, and it's a Mothra movie, dude.
It is a Mothra movie, but I think they nailed the formula. The things you want in a good Godzilla movie is a serious story
Yeah.
with a certain type of comedy throughout it. One that doesn't undercut the serious tone of the film.
Yeah.
You want good kaiju,
Yeah.
good supporting characters, memorable characters, and you got to have at least one song.
One song or dance scene.
One song or dancing sung by the actual characters. And this ticks all of those boxes for me.
The aspect of these movies I've really liked so far as well is kind of not quite supernatural element, but the fantasy elements, or how it kind of distinguishes these worlds from our real world. And I really love the introduction of these. I mean, it was weird. The Infant Island, the twins.
Oh, yeah, the twins specifically, especially going into Godzilla movies where Godzilla comes because of the atomic bombing. It's a very like human or like a man-made way of bringing about this monster. And then you just chuck in some like weird alien-type fairies
who sing in random tunes and use telepathy. It's real weird, but it worked for this.
It works.
Like, it was one of my favorite parts of this, just the weirdness and the uniqueness of it.
You love the twin fairies for the sole reason that, especially during the first half of the movie where they don't talk too much themselves, all they're doing is smiling together at the camera. Almost looking like the twins from... The Red Rum twins from
The Shining.
From The Shining.
Dude, I love it, but I can't stand it. Like, every time they talk, the twins in this, every time they talk or a scene finishes with them, they'll both like smile and both
bow.
like curtsy at the same time or bow. It's just
sometimes doing like 3 times in succession.
Yeah, it's so good.
I really like... I was tossing up between my favorite characters in this movie. I don't know if it would actually be Fukuda, the snapping turtle, or these 2 twins.
I think Fukuda, I really liked him. I think the snapping turtle was my favorite dude, just by how it changed up the formula. I mean, he was the funniest dude in the piece. He
had heroic moments, though.
He's also like Napoleon Dynamite, kind of like he thought he was the man. Like, he just thought the most of himself. He thought he had all these skills.
And he's really not, but he also is.
Yeah. He's surprised you. He's a snapping turtle. But I get what you say. The twins were a highlight as well. And they do come back. I think they're in 3 all up.
The actors are in 3.
Yeah.
I think the characters are in a bit more.
Yeah, continue on.
You've seen the newest Godzilla movie where Mothra appears in.
Yes.
Do these fairies appear in that movie?
They completely change up. Spoilers. They completely change up Mothra's origin. Or where she comes from. And I'm not sure I like it. I think they completely get rid of Infant Island and these twins.
Do they take up the whole, like, worshipping Mothra as a god aspect?
I think, well, you'll see it in the later movies, but they call these monsters Titans in the Monsterverse, the new movies. And they're all once upon a time worshipped as gods, or they acted as gods. So they've kind of changed them all to not be quite man-made and more to be all deities themselves.
Yeah. These beasts that have always been there.
Yeah, but I kind of like how all these monsters back in the movies we're watching now, this Mothra's got such a unique origin story, and it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know where these little beauties come from. Were they infected by the radiation on the island, so they grew super small?
Well, they mention that they specifically say that they're humans too.
Yeah.
But then they have telepathic powers. I don't know. Did you, through your researching, did you find anything?
I don't know. They're just radioactive.
Well, it doesn't need to explain it as well. It works so well without an explanation.
It's good. And then, we've got the kaiju we had in this was the vampire plant. There we go, guys. And Mothra. And this is known as the first generation Mothra.
Oh,
So
okay.
just like, I think the first Godzilla in the first movie was the first generation Godzilla, and he died straight
because
away.
he died afterwards, yep.
We're now, in this universe, the second generation Godzilla is the live Godzilla, and this is the first generation Mothra, which must... If
Well,
there's,
second generation is one that's stuck in the ice.
yeah. Second generation Godzilla is currently stuck on an iceberg.
Gosh, this is getting
This
convoluted.
is the first generation Mothra, so obviously means there'll be a second at some point, so I don't know what will happen.
Yeah, we'll see
'Cause-
as it goes forward.
This is the first Japanese kaiju movie in which...
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to leave it there. This is the first Japanese
Mothra's
kaiju
the
movie.
first Japanese... No, this is the first Japanese kaiju movie in which the monster doesn't get killed at the end.
Huh.
Because if we think back, Godzilla died. Even
Godzilla
Anguirus died.
2.0,
Yeah.
pretty much dead.
Did half human get killed?
Half human
Half human
did get
died
killed.
in the volcano.
Varan
got killed.
dead.
Both the Rodans died, killed themselves in the volcano.
Mogira, a robot.
Still got
Still
destroyed.
died.
It's the first Mothra
Huh.
has the award for the first kaiju to live
Finally
through
survived.
her first movie. This is also the first of the big four monsters: Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, in which, and we haven't really talked about this much, but Akira Ifukube, who is the composer for a lot of these movies, he does such a great job.
We haven't talked about them, but a
haven't.
lot of the soundtracks for these movies
Yeah, and
are so good.
they're really good. And I think there's a movie coming up in which it's just like a clip show of the movies that we've before it that it focuses on the music. So maybe we can have a real good discussion about the music then. It'll be really cool to do.
Yeah.
But really great music. And this is actually the first one that he did not compose the music for. He felt like he'd be unable to make such a song that would be able to glorify or be able to stand up to the presence of who Mothra is.
Wow.
So
That humility. I wish I had that humility.
So they got the Peanuts and whoever else composed
Did
it.
the Peanuts actually compose the music?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't have a lot of music. There's a lot of scenes where there's a lot of action going on and there's no background music. So I think they did have a composer.
And the music they did have, I noticed, did follow that motif of the da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da. Other than that, there probably is a few more, but there are no noticeable differentiations
Yeah.
from that formula.
Well, what did you think? What were your thoughts on the movie overall?
Whew, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Like you said, a lot of the kaiju movies we've seen in the past have followed that same formula of, oh, this beast has suddenly come about and we just have to kill it, get the military in. This one, through the first half of the movie, it adds just some fresh ingredients with the twins, the whole story of the kaiju this time not really being an antagonistic force just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Mothra is doing it because it wants to get to these fairies and then bring them back to the island.
Yeah. It's such a different plot and it's such a different monster and a bit more memorable than all the others for that sake.
What did you think?
I mean, I thought very much the same thing. I say it too much when the movie's different, but it's just very unique and it's its own thing. It's very different to the other movies I've seen before. It just kind of like Mysterians was in its own way. And I really love how Ishiro seems to now be just... I don't know
He's
what's
taking
happened,
a few more risks.
but he is taking a few more risks. And it might not be him. It might be the fact that we've got a new screenwriter in. But they're very much changing up the formulas. And they've gone away from the classic kaiju origin. And they're actually making things a bit special. And, I mean, things are about to start crossing over as well. We got Godzilla vs. King Kong coming up.
What, are you serious?
Yeah, man. And
some
then
team-ups?
Mothra versus Godzilla.
Oh
Godzilla
my
versus
gosh.
Mothra. I think it's two
Whoa.
different movies.
I love the naming convention for that.
I think they've realized maybe what they've got on their hands, and especially the fact that America's wanting to collaborate on some of these, that they've got such a big following outside of Japan.
Yeah.
They're just doing something different.
They
and,
know that there's something special with what
Yeah.
they've built the foundations.
Yeah.
And now they're building up from it.
And you can definitely feel that it's just something new, something special, something that a lot of effort's been put into. I think, yeah, it was Toho's most expensive film ever made up to this point.
More than The Three Treasures?
Yeah, and it's because they were given funding to make this from Columbia Pictures in America.
Oh, really? So this is the first collaboration between them?
Well, I mean, Battle in Outer Space was a collaboration before this. They're collaborating again. They've actually got funding from American companies to make this one.
Oh, wow.
And it's, the most expensive film ever made by Toho. And it was also the most expensive film ever made in Japan at the time. So this is huge. 1961 at the time, it's just the biggest movie. And you can tell.
It paid off. Yeah, you can tell that they put so much effort into it. I think in the special effects area, the only time that I noticed anything not the greatest was when they tried to do some blue screen scenes. Very few with people running in the foreground of destruction. Other than that, all the special effects, all the practical effects are amazing.
Impressive. And I think they put a lot more money and effort into the miniatures because of this extra funding, into the costume for Mothra. Both depictions of her are just impressive.
Great.
And you can tell that they are putting a lot more effort into these things, making them a lot larger in scale. And it's a treat, Micah. It's a treat to watch.
It's a treat, Jason, isn't it?
It's really cool. I'm really enjoying them, and I'm really excited to see where this leads to and the opportunities that open up in the future because of what's starting to happen.
Both in the greater Godzilla-verse and Mothra specifically, because Mothra has, like, you mentioned both the Godzilla battles she has. She appears in so many other Godzilla movies. She has at least 3 other movies by herself.
She gets her own trilogy in the 90s again.
Let's go.
But she's in a lot coming up. And it's because of the popularity. I mean, this was very positively received. Everyone loved it and made a lot of money. And they realized, hey, we can start putting these huge monsters together.
Yeah. Okay, Desha, real quick.
Yes.
What was your favorite phase of Mothra?
My favorite phase? I like the larvae phase.
Lava phase?
No, I like the egg. Let's say the egg.
The big egg.
The big egg. No, yeah, I really liked her. I'm glad that they put a spotlight on her larvae phase in this movie. It was really cool.
Yeah. I think she's my favorite kaiju so far.
Really?
We have such a limited collection of them.
Yeah, we do. I'd love to. When we get to the end of Showa, we'll have to
do a full ranking.
Highlights. Yeah, we'll need to rank the Showa monsters. That'll be sick. We should probably chuck it in as well. But here's Mothra's roar. And it's quite distinctive, but it was created by just modifying and distorting Anguirus's roar.
Oh my gosh.
It's interesting. I mean,
that's so weird, because Godzilla had his roar, Anguirus had his roar. In Gigantus, Anguirus's roar was Godzilla's roar.
And now Anguirus's roar is Mothra's roar, but it's changed enough that it sounds different, and it's very distinctive on its own.
Okay.
But yeah, I got some more trivia bits here. There's a lot of trivia about this film. There was a whole alternate ending.
Oh.
That I think was made. Part of it was filmed, and Clark Nelson fell to his death in one of the scenes in the alternate ending.
I thought you meant the actor.
No.
They did not continue going.
Yeah.
No, okay.
No, the character Clark Nelson was going to fall to his death, and they used a life-size doll to depict him falling off a mountain or a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And after the movie had finished filming, a mountain climber found this doll and misunderstood that it was a doll, thought it was a real body, and assumed it was a suicide, calling it into authorities.
Oh.
And they sent rescue teams to the mountain, and they went to go and get out this person who killed himself in the snow or in the mountains, and it was just this doll.
Wait, how did he mistake
I have no clue. To be honest, I've only found a few mentions of this story.
Yeah.
This might be I don't know.
Urban legend.
This might be an urban legend surrounding the creation of Mothra, but I thought it was a interesting little takeaway. This movie, Mothra, is actually based on a short fantasy novel.
Yes, I saw this when I looked up the page real quick.
Yeah, so it's based on a book or a story called The Luminous Fairies and Mothra. They actually commissioned it to be made. So they commissioned this, and they wanted this story of Mothra to be made because they wanted to some way to appeal to the female audience.
Oh.
So Toho president and producer Uwao Mori found that women actually made up a large portion of the movie-going public at the time. There were a lot of women going to see movies. They were the ones who'd often bring people along with them and get people to go out to see movies.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that they actually found that out. Yeah. So they got writers Takehiko Fukunaga, Shinichiro Nakamura, and Yoshi Hotta to write this original story together,
Okay.
which then was edited and adapted by Shinichi Sekizawa into the final film.
Do you know if there's an English translation of this book?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to
want
actually
to
track
read
down and
it.
read, right? Yeah.
Because I feel like they'd lean a bit more into the crazy aspect of it.
Yeah, it's so weird to me that Toho will be like, hey, we need to get people to see our monster movies. Women are going out to the movies a lot more than men, apparently. Or maybe we're catering to the men more to the women at the moment.
Yeah.
So let's make something for them.
What we need to do, make the kaiju a woman.
Yeah. Revolving around two little beauties. They'd love to see that. So we're going to get these three writers to write a book about it, which we'll then take and edit up and make into a movie. Like, it's a weird way to go around about making a monster movie.
Yeah.
But you
I wonder if the sales of the book actually... Well, I wonder if their plan actually worked because of it.
Yeah.
If it got a bit more of the female audience.
Well, again, it's popular. I don't know if it was more popular to women than usual, but...
Who knows?
Who knows? And as you touched on this fact when you were talking about the movie, but this is the first kaiju movie to portray giant monsters as heroes. Made them their own individual identifiable characters and didn't make them menaces who were just waiting to be defeated or taken down.
I wouldn't say hero. I'd say more true neutral.
True neutral. I guess you're right. I mean,
lawful neutral.
Well, when you look at the main conflict, yeah, that these little beauties were stolen.
Nelson is taking these people away from their land, and Mothra wants to get them back no matter the cost.
Yeah, as well as what our human trio want to do. They want to kind of free these...
They want to help.
They want to help, to begin with. Even without knowing about Mothra, they didn't think it was right that they were being taken. So Mothra's just saving these kidnapped victims.
Yeah. She's got her reasons.
Yeah, and this is something that the audience really loved. They loved the fact that this wasn't just a monster destroying things for the sake of it. And they realized they were onto something, which they then started to carry over into Godzilla and other things going forward. So Mothra was the first true kind of anti-hero of the kaiju movies, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. I remember we've talked about this in like the first episode, I think.
Yeah.
Son of Godzilla was probably the most notable one that we watched growing up.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that stood out so much is because the kaiju in that actually had feelings and they felt like their own characters with their own thoughts and emotions and the choices they chose to make.
Yeah.
You could see that in Mothra here.
Yeah, totally.
I really hope in the next few Godzilla movies we can see that happen to Godzilla too.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I've got a few just real quick ones here to finish them off. Hiroshi Koizumi, who played Shinichi Chujo.
Yep. The linguist
in this. He actually returns later down the track in Godzilla Tokyo SOS. So
that's another Fast and Furious title right there.
Godzilla Tokyo SOS. I think it's actually called like Godzilla and Mothra and something else, Tokyo SOS or something. Crazy names. But yeah, Mothra appears in that, and this character returns, which was cool. Ashiro Honda's actually said as well that he hopes that one day, he hoped that one day Mothra could be remade as a Disney-esque animated film. He really wanted to see this story taken and made as kind of a family-friendly animated film by people in America.
Oh, that would be cool.
I can kind of see this plot specifically happening. Like, it's quite a whimsical story.
If they adapted it and kind of did something like Big Hero 6 almost, where they took a fusion of US more modern and then Tokyo more old-timey, old school, smushed them together.
Yeah, or even just real old school Disney type, like Peter Pan.
2D animation?
2D animation, things like that. I could see people going to Infant Island and finding these crazy plants and these small people and this huge...
With the mustache twirling...
Yeah, mustache twirling villain. We get Mothra to be a Disney princess or goddess. Sorted.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, the only other thing I got here is that the initial, when they were coming up with the story for the novel and even this translated and was getting worked into the screenplay a little, that Mothra was actually going to travel in outer space.
Oh,
Part of the movie was going to be based in outer space, and she would enter a negative universe, go through a black hole, which is far different from anything that happens in this movie. I can't even see how that would happen, but yeah. I mean,
Kind of glad they didn't save that until the third Mothra sequel.
it's going to happen. Everyone goes to space to fight King Ghidorah later down the track. So,
Are you serious?
yeah, man.
Oh, no.
But there's so much knowledge and trivia and real cool stuff around this movie. It definitely seems, it's different. It seems like a turning point in the Toho films.
Yeah, it seems like a turning point.
Yeah.
Okay, Jasha, to end it off,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry for peanuts, dude. Cocoon peanuts. I want to listen to the peanuts now. How many peanuts would you rate this movie?
Listen to the peanuts. I'll have to see if they've actually. They're probably on Spotify or something. I really, really enjoyed it. I think it took the best bits of everything before it. You saw how things like Varan wanted to take some parts of Godzilla, some parts of Rodan, some parts of different things, and kind of just put them all together, hope that it works. And it kind of fell flat and was worse than the sum of its parts.
This one does it quite seamlessly.
This one does it very well. It takes aspects from everything before it and makes them better. And it's very whimsical. There's a lot of really cool, as I said, kind of supernatural, like fantasy sci-fi elements to it, which I've really liked, especially about the more sci-fi ones that we've watched before this. I think it takes like best aspects from that, best aspects from the kaiju films we've seen, and it just does it really well. It has the best characters that we've seen so far, some of the best miniature set pieces, monster destruction. The monster was actually huge and scary.
Best monster so far, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's really good. It's really good. It's weird that Mothra, the standalone Mothra movie, is one of my favorites of the bunch before it. I'd probably give it 4 out of 5 peanuts. I think that's the same rating I've given Godzilla and the Mysterians.
Did you give it to the Mysterians?
I think so. And these 3 so far for me, Godzilla, Mysterians, and Mothra, are definitely my 3 favorites of the bunch I've watched so far. And I think each 3 of them, I like them all for different reasons. But I also think that the 3 of them are, out of all of the ones we've seen to this point, the most unique and the 3 that actually are their own movies instead of what's trying to copy what's come before it.
Godzilla was it was the first one, so it was kind of paving the way.
Yeah, and it was this real,
it was
scary, serious tone and had a message to tell about what's happening in Japan. And it's a really impactful movie that just lingers with you. Mysterians,
first sci-fi one.
First sci-fi.
It kind of has a good message to it as well.
Yeah, it also just this real adventurous tone, and it's just it did sci-fi really well, did the aliens really well, some real cool fight scenes. Again, cool monsters, unique in their own way, not copying before it. Cool cast in that one too, and in this one, I don't know, it might even be my favorite of the... I don't know. I think I like all 3 of them for different reasons. But this one, once again, is kind of takes aspects from Mysterians, Godzilla, but then adds in this own whimsical element that just really...
elevates
the whole thing.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed Mothra. It's different. And even though I wouldn't probably say, hey, everyone, go watch Godzilla, you'll really enjoy this.
Because that's more to a very specific crowd.
Yeah, I'd say everyone, probably from all these ones we've seen, Mothra's the most enjoyable. Sit down, have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Watch some monsters destroying things.
It's the one that would be the most enjoyable on average, to everybody watching.
4 out of 5 peanuts.
4 out of 5 peanuts. I don't have a too long-winded of an explanation.
Mine was too long-winded.
I loved it. I loved hearing it. I'd probably... I hate rating now. I'm sick of rating. I'd go between 4 and 4.5.
You're sick of rating all your points?
I'm sick of rating.
Yeah.
I think it's done super well, like you
4.5.
said.
4.5. Nice.
Yeah, I'll say that. I think I like this formula of taking kaiju, taking a serious tone, adding a bit of a quirky, not so dark element to it.
Yeah. Lightening things up a bit.
Injecting some of that fun.
Yeah. The villain, again, is just a very new thing for us. We had
first human...
human antagonist.
Human.
Yeah. But
it's like a soul human antagonist.
That really had his own personality and...
Motivations, character.
I liked it.
Yeah. gosh, I want to go listen to some Peanuts now.
Do you think it's your favorite of the movies we've seen so far? Mothra.
Yes, definitely favorite kaiju.
Yeah.
I think top 3 so far
Okay.
for people who are keeping track. Mothra, Mogira,
Yeah.
is number 2. 3, oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe even the Meganulons from Rodan.
Yeah. Meganulons were cool. Some Godzilla
say
hasn't
that.
really stuck out to you too much
Not
at the
yet.
moment. Yeah.
Hopefully that'll change from now.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we don't have too long to wait until Godzilla returns. We've got Godzilla versus King Kong coming up very soon. But before that, we've got another venture out into space with Ishiro Honda with a movie called Gorath, released in 1962.
Gorath, okay.
Yeah, it's another big old space movie. This one has a kaiju in it though. It's kind of well known. People remember it.
Is it called Gorath?
No, I don't think it is called Gorath, but it has a kaiju in it that shows up alongside Godzilla in a lot of the media. I think some video games, encyclopedias, things like that down the track. So
I've no clue what they are.
yeah, another
looking forward to
Toho
it.
kaiju. So we'll see how that goes. And then yeah, bear with us, guys. Godzilla versus King Kong is coming. We're both really looking forward to it.
This is the start of like the good. This is the start of the run of good movies coming back.
Yeah. It's gonna be really great. Man, Mothra's just made me feel really excited.
Yeah,
Really excited.
real feel good ending to. I was going to say a feel good night, but
Feel good, kind of a feel good wrap up nearly to 2021.
guys, if there's anything we can say going into the Christmas season,
Yeah.
if you want to end the year on a good note,
Yeah.
watch Mothra.
Watch Mothra. Let us know what you think about it in our Discord. Links in our show notes.
Yeah.
We'll be sharing a few more kind of tidbits about the film on our socials. Podzilla Pod on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter on the weeks to come.
Flick us a rating. We
Yeah.
really appreciate any ratings you can give us.
Yeah. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, anything like that. Thank you so much to everyone who has. We've had some
it's
real awesome comments from you, and we really, really appreciate it. It's cool that you guys are sticking with us and listening. It's weird, but it's really, really awesome.
It's weird. We're great. We're grateful.
Yeah.
I think the best way to end this, Jasha, is with the national anthem of Mothra.
Masura. Don't know Japanese, so I'm not going to butcher the words and
I forgot them.
say something
as soon as I
offensive.
started singing.
You've been listening to Podzilla with your hosts, Jasha and Micah Drake.
Be sure to follow our socials, join our Discord, and check out Cassie Celine, who did our amazing podcast art. The links are all in our show notes.
And just a disclaimer that any musical sound effects used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company.
See you in 2 weeks.